Hello everybody, my name is Rivers, and today we are going to be looking at the Commodore Geats DX Geats Buster QB9. So here's the front of the box. Here we have the two versions of the Geats Buster. You have the railgun version and the blade. Here is a picture of Geats 9. On this side you have another very cool picture of Geats 9. On this side you have the changing forms, back you have the instructions, the top you have functionality with some raise buckles, and bottom you have the warnings and stuff. So here it is, the Geats Buster QB9. So you can see it is red and white and silver, and then you have some black here for the light up parts. And then back here, black here on the part where you can slide it onto the raise buckle holder. So the looks pretty cool. This button here switches it from blade to railgun mode, like that. You have the painted detail on the front. I do want to point out that this silver right here is really soft for some reason. It's really nice feeling. And the handle is a little small, but it's not that bad compared to some rider weapons. I think if it was just like a little bit longer, it'd be fine. And then the speaker is right here, and here you have the raise buckle loading port. So let's turn this on. So it says its name, and then you get a basic shot sound, and then you can blade, railgun, get a slashing sound. So, from here, you have this lever back here.
Boost charge. Boost tactical victory.
And then you can also put in blade mode, and then
Boost charge. Boost tactical victory.
So, to be honest, the blade mode does look sort of strange. However, I think it kind of works. I think like the blade itself, or like the handle all the way up to the blade is the same size as the Seiken sword driver from Saber, but I think this feels a lot better because it's on a gun. So it kind of feels like more like a knife, like a big knife, even though it is like an actual sword in the show. And then I think it works really well with like a bayonet on the front, even though it's apparently a railgun. You can slash at people with it because the blade right here is pretty, like, you could cut something with that. Now I should also point out that this is a remold of the Magnum Shooter 40X from the beginning of the toy line. They are identical in mold except for this part. So pretty much the attachment is different and the levers at the back are different. But everything else that I can tell is pretty much the same. Like here's the back. You can see the basic mold of both is pretty much the same. And with this one, you have the fold out kind of like a scope here. You have the rifle like that, and then you have this. Instead here, you have this lever instead, and then you have it like that. So there is, I think, enough differences to make it look different. I do think I like the original more aesthetic-wise, because Really, this looks really weird because it looks like a gun with whatever this is on it. Like, it doesn't really look like a bayonet, but whatever. It's not that bad. I think it's cool. So, another thing you can do with it is, of course, put raise buckles inside. So we'll start off with the one that was probably used the most with the Magnum shooter. Magnum.
Magnum booster. Magnum booster.
So you get Magnum booster.
Boost tactical impact.
So what you'll quickly notice is there is no call out at the end for like Magnum boost strike or something like that. It tells you what the thing is, but it does not know what sounds the buckles made in the driver, unlike the Magnum shooter, which did make those sounds, which is a little strange. So let's do blade mode. We'll put in boost. Booster is pretty good.
Tactical impact.
So you do get a unique, you do get a sword finishing sound, but it is not unique for the different buckles. Here is the Geats for the Boost 9 raise buckle. So, if you try to put it on like that, it doesn't really work. But you could attach it. Usually you would probably, in the show, he would take it off the belt. We'll unfold it, activate it. Although, if you do want to see, it doesn't fit Mark III. It's very close, and it probably could read Mark III, and it probably also could read Mark II, but I don't think we'll have to see if someone does that. But here,
Dynamite booster.
get Dynamite Booster.
Mark 9. Dynamite booster. Boost tactical impact.
So you kind of get some of the tails on the side. Put it in gun mode.
Railgun.
So you kind of get like a shield, or almost like a foregrip. Pretty cool. So you do get Dynamite Booster, which I don't know. There could have been, I don't know why they chose that as a name. So there is one big thing that this has over the Magnum Shooter 40X, and that is that it can actually read Legend raise buckles. So I have a few here that we're going to look at. And first, I'll show you with this. So we'll turn it on.
Magnum Shooter 40X.
Very cool. We'll put in the Ichigo raise buckle.
Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider. Tactical blast.
So you get the generic revving sound as the representation for Rider. Let's try another one. Here is, I'll do this one. The two-side driver.
Kamen Rider.
It's also read as Kamen Rider. So the difference here is if we say, I have to, it's a little uncomfortable to hold on this side. It's all my stuff through here. Here's Ichigo again.
Ichigo booster.
So it reads it as Ichigo.
Ichigo booster. Boost tactical impact.
We'll switch it to Blade,
Blade.
and then we'll put in, here's Decade. Yeah, it is Decade.
Decade booster. Decade booster.
then here's the two-side driver.
Light Eagle Booster. Light Eagle Booster. Boost Tactical Impact.
So it can read all of those buckles. It doesn't make any unique, like finisher sounds for them, but it can all read them. And that's just a sampling of a few Legend Raised buckles. As far as I'm aware, it can read all of them. Probably. I didn't really check, but it does read. If it reads the two-side driver, I'm pretty sure it'll read all of them, and it read Ichigo. So yeah, yeah. So I do think this thing is pretty cool. Though I would say if you already own the Magnum shooter from the beginning of the toy line, I don't think this is necessary. I think it's cool, and I do love that we're back to having Kamen Riders with final form weapons. I did miss that. So I think this is pretty cool, and I do shockingly like the blade mode, even though it is dinky. I don't know, something about it. The fact it's on a gun makes it kind of fun. It just kind of feels more like, I don't know, the prop version of it. It's more like a bayonet in the railgun form, but then when it turns out it's like a big sword. I think this kind of looks better and makes more sense. And I think a knife is cool. So kind of weird how people, I mean, I do think like the Seiken sword driver from Saber was really small, but something like that is also very small with the blade just kind of works better in a different format. So attached to a gun, I'm not really expecting the same as an actual sword handle. Also, it's transforming, so yeah. So I do think it's cool. Though I would say the Boost Mark 9 buckle is definitely more of a must buy, or something really cool that I think everybody who's been collecting Geats should buy. But the Geats Buster QB9, I'd say, isn't as integral to the Geats toy line, but it is still cool. So that was the Geats Buster QB9. So thanks for watching. If you sticked around, I did finally get my Vision driver from Toe Collectibles. So there will be a video up on the Vision driver sometime over the weekend, most likely. Right now is kind of like summer game stuff, so I'm kind of watching a lot of that. So I kind of got behind on recording this video. So, but if if you're here to watch, thanks. If you're not, that's fine too. But have a great day. Bye.